you can see from the premise to the person that created this SisterSong Women of Color and the consciously, you already, like as men, you already starting off, in my opinion, on the wrong footing. You still letting a woman lead you.
Hey, boss, he ain't working.
They are all, it all comes from out of all of that. And I think that's what makes me excited that we're going to bring the women and the uncles and we need to bring them all in here. But go ahead, what are you going to say?
The one thing that I just want to talk about in Luke, make sure I say the name right, crop this part out. Okay. What Luke brought up was like accountability. Like, yes, we can talk about, you know, what our families did to us, all this, all that, but eventually, and I know why people try and say this, and I really don't like that, but eventually comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you know, you can only say that for so long. Black women are tired, and, you know, kind of like putting onto them like, hey, like, you didn't do this entirely, because everybody in here, several people have talked about, like, you know, going to counseling. Have that upon yourself. Stop waiting for a woman to tell you what you need to do. Take that upon yourself.
Let me address that real quickly. For me, I didn't know fucking how to
Can I say one more thing? No, I have to say this, because another thing that happens is, too, you live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by this.
It's all right, just say it, bro.
But when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me.
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me, and that's what a lot of women have issues with.
Because I'm living it right the fuck now.
As I said, I said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Don't overtalk me.
I'm gonna fucking overtalk you because you're talking out of line.
But you're not gonna disrespect me.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I am.
I love it.
I do.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh, I do.
You can't do shit. I don't know it, nigga.
I do.
I'm good. You don't know what the fuck you do. Fuck out of here. I'm living. You can't tell me what the fuck I'm living, nigga. I'm living it right now. You cannot fix no shit that you don't even know is happening.
I think there's a misunderstanding.
No, but he's generalized. You can't. Listen, bro. Let me stop. This is what it is. Let's get to the truth of this shit. You can't fix no shit unless you meet somebody who is on another level to help you elevate to understand. I'm not indicting anybody.
And what Clifton Powell was saying, like, I understand what he's saying. It's a lot of people out here that's walking blind. The blind leading the blind, then so forth and so on. Your life continues to guide you down this path of wrong. Because if that's not the case, then why do we go to church, right? Why do we have counseling? Why do we have these studies? It's because people can go for so long with being the way that they are. And when you don't have real people to check you, or when people just allow you to be who you are, because you know, like the saying is, this is just the way I am. This is what happens. So what old dude trying to do is, and I understand where he's coming from, like, no, you gotta take accountability. Don't nobody want to hear your about your mistakes. Don't nobody want to hear your excuses. Granted, nobody wants to hear it, but you also got to understand at a certain level, you got to meet people where they're at. But let me hear what more Clifton Powell got to say, and let's see.
I'm telling you what the shit is. You can't fix some shit that you don't know about, bro. You can't. And then you get there at 69 or 70 and say, I thought I was being loved all this time. That's what our parents have gone through, and that's why we all so fucked up right now.
You asked how.
Like, and I say this as well. It was it's things in my life that I've encountered and I've had to deal with that I used to blame my parents for. I used to blame my parents for not. And I'm talking about, and I was an adult saying this. I felt like I didn't have the opportunities other people had. I didn't have these things. I didn't have the education or the understanding of what a mortgage is, why you don't mess up your credit, why you don't do this, why you don't do that. I didn't have all that. And I had good, and don't get me wrong, like I had great parents, I had good men in my family, but at a certain point, I had to start thinking, like, hold on, I got to take accountability for some of the stuff that I messed up on because I was being hard-headed as well. See, that's the other side. We got to talk about the hard-headedness. The reason why I stopped being mad, stopped being so upset with my parents is I had the realization that they only knew what they knew. They only could take me as far as they knew, right? So my job now is to take my children further than where I came from. And so within that, it's the same premise when we're talking about relationships, when we're talking about trauma and hurt and people not recognizing that they just leave a dust trail of bad relationships and trauma and things of that nature. At a certain point, people only know so much. And that's not taking away accountability because they don't know. It's people out here, blind leading the blind is a real thing. And I think that you can't overlook that as well. You can still hold people accountable, but you can't overlook that part of it as well.
How do we love Black women?
Yeah.
That's right here. Trust Black women and listen to Black women because they know more than we do what it is that they need.
I don't think that's true either.
As men,
there's a lot of Black women who don't know how to love.
Yeah, it's a lot of Black women that don't know how to love. It's a lot of, and I ain't even gonna say Black women. It's a lot of people that don't know what love is, ain't never had it. It's people that grew up that's not affectionate. It's foreign to them. So to sit here and try to bring on the premise as if Black women know how to love, like I think that's false. I think that's false. Like you can't encapsulate it like that because it's a lot of people out here that don't know how to love. Like
I'm not talking about what they know how to love. I'm saying what they need as far as the reproductive.
I get that.
That's what we're talking about right now. Also, if we're going to use our privilege and power as men in society, how do we show up and be accountable? Like you said, the way to be accountable is to dismantle patriarchy, because patriarchy makes it so that men have the power and women do not.
But you can't get there.
what is this dude talking about? If that ain't the most simplest crap I've ever heard in my life, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Let's just get it straight. Like, look, women and men have their places in this world, but talking about dismantling a patriarchy, like, when has matriarchy ever really worked in a society in its totality? What is he talking about? Men built this world. But just like James Brown said, it would be nothing without a woman or a little girl, right? Both things can be true at the same time. Both are needed. Dude, these people are ridiculous, bro.
In this moment, because we have, when we're talking about the government, we have abortion bans, Georgia, my home state, Texas, that's leading to women dying, babies dying, people being less safe. And here we have folks, we've been hearing about folks being hung, lynched. We've been hearing about so many things this year that scare me as to how I got a big ass family, how all them people are gonna survive this time. And I'm thinking about and I'm not thinking about protect black women like we've always heard it, like protect black women. Right. Oh, that's my girlfriend. That's my, you know, don't hurt my mama. Right. You know, don't talk about my mama. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But you know, when we talking earlier about a village, right, and how a village, everybody has a responsibility for each person and each responsibility in nourishing, creating that nourishing environment, making sure there's healthy food, you know, clean water, et cetera, et cetera. What are we doing right now to learn what women need, Black women particularly, and play our part in that power building?
I think that what men need to do in general is worry about themselves. Focus on you. Make sure your house is in order. When you make sure your house is in order, everything else is going to fall in line. Everything else is going to come and fall into place. I think with this whole podcast episode, I think that the agenda shouldn't be necessarily about black women, in my opinion. It shouldn't be about women. It should be about what men need to be doing for themselves. I don't care if it's about therapy. I don't care if it's about goals and meeting expectations, whatever the case may be, et cetera, right? When you fall in line with your purpose and your goal, everything else is going to work itself out. When you seek therapy and all that type of stuff, because that's what I did. I went out and seek therapy for myself. Once I figured out that, oh man, dang, I really got some issues, I did it for myself. I didn't do it for a woman. I didn't do it because I needed a woman or a woman told me I needed to do it. I did it for myself. Right? And so it's the same thing. It's the same premise. Like this conversation should not be surrounded by what can we do for the black woman, what we need to do to protect them, what we need. No, it needs to be about you, about what you need to do as a man. Because when you take care of yourself, when you get yourself in the best situation, when you align yourself right, everything else is gonna fall through. That woman is gonna come. That business is gonna come. Everything is gonna fall in line. But when you're so when we all over the place, like I just recently did a video of a young man who killed his friend over French fries. We got young men as it is now, and we have a lot of grown men that don't know how to handle their emotions. They wishy-washy. They don't know how to stand in they don't know how to stand in frame. It's always all over the place. And I think that's one of the biggest issues is us men, we're all over the place because a lot of us wasn't taught how to be in frame. But I don't think like them after reviewing this I don't think that this necessarily needs to be surrounded by the topic of women. You know, it needs to be surrounded by what a man should be doing strictly off of his own attributes, off his own life. It shouldn't be pertaining anything dealing with children, dealing with women. It shouldn't be none of that. It should be strictly about men, about what men need to do or what men can gain. But that's my thought on it. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's your boy Mercy. I'm out.